Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. I'm going to get straight into the reading today, and I know I always say that and then I ramble on, but I am actually going to get straight into this reading. So we're going to have a look at your work and career for the month of December, see what's around the corner for you. I know we're just into December already, but it's good to have an overview for the rest of the month. So let's get going, Cancer, and see what's ahead for you. Gosh, Spirit are ahead of us already. Oh, interesting. We have a contract here. I'm going to put out the cards before we start. We have the garden and the gate. Okay. Let's move those over slightly. We have the world. Yeah, interesting. These cards are really slippery and they sort of slide across the table. Spirit, what else for Cancer, please? What else for Cancer? They're very lively as well, these cards. Thank you. The door to personal healing and happiness. Woman holding a coin. Archangel Raphael. Okay. I'm going to take this 7th card because they wanted me to take this too. Oh, this is really interesting. This is particularly interesting for me, Cancer, because, you know, I've done several readings today and 3 of these cards have come up in a previous reading, but it was from this morning and the cards have been used several times since then. So whether, you know, some of us are going through similar changes at the moment, it looks like that's a possibility. So this is really quite interesting. I'm just going to have a drink of water, bear with me. Okay, the message I'm getting here, Cancer, is that some of you are feeling somewhat restricted by a contract you're under, and it does feel like it's your work contract that you're in at the moment. It may be that you've got sort of itchy feet, that you want to sort of move on, that you want to experience new things. And again, this is a theme that's coming up in a lot of the work readings this month. It's really interesting. But there does seem to be this issue around a contract. As I say, my initial feeling regarding this is that you are feeling somewhat restricted by the contract that you've got. It may be that there's been some alterations to it recently that have sort of, you know, altered your terms and conditions maybe. Or it may just be that you're under contract for a certain length of time and you feel that getting out of it would mean that you'd lose some sort of benefits of some way from your employment. There's definitely a feeling of restriction. And the fact that this lady here has her eyes covered, it's almost like it's something that you really didn't see coming, you know? So maybe when you signed this contract in the first place, or you were given this contract in the first place, maybe you didn't read the small print, or, you know, maybe this is literally something new that's been added to your contract, your terms and conditions that you weren't expecting. You know, so at the moment you're trying to find some peace with it, you're trying to balance it out, but there is this feeling of restriction for you, like you want to sort of really move on. There's certainly a feeling that, you know, you feel you could be a lot happier if you were able to escape. I really get an escape energy from these huge doors here. It's almost like you want to pick yourself up and run through them and escape from your current circumstances, but you're feeling this bound energy. Really interesting here. What is interesting, actually, looking at this card, is that we have a dove here, which obviously is a bird of peace. And, you know, it may be that you're fed up with the battles in your everyday job and you're fed up, you know, maybe contesting this contract issue, and that you see yourself being a lot more peaceful, a lot happier on the other side. There's also a peacock, and you know, peacocks are very much what I call display birds. You know, they're sort of real exhibitionists. And there's a part of you, Cancer, that feels like if you could just run and do your own thing, or, you know, go to a job that really fulfills you, that you'll be able to really shine, you know, and that inner peacock will come out, so to speak. There must have been a better way I could word that. But that's how it sort of feels. Yeah, I mean, talking about restrictions, we're seeing it here. Because look, it's almost like you know what's going to lead you to your personal happiness, Cancer. You've got the key here to this gate that's keeping you hemmed in. But at the moment, you're not in a position to use the key. So it's almost like you know there's this sort of, there's other opportunities to explore, but at the moment you're not in a position to be able to leave the garden situation that this girl's in. You know, you're very much tied to your contract, is how it's feeling. And, you know, Cancer, what I'm picking up with you is that you really want to go out and explore your world. Look at this person. They like viewing the world from a distance. And that's kind of how it feels in this card. If you look at her expression, she's viewing the countryside there, the horizon, if you like. She's, you know, viewing it from a distance, just like this person here. And it's almost like there's a frustration with you, Cancer, because you feel like there's the world at your feet, but you can't quite step into it, you know? So yeah, some of you are feeling very restricted at the moment. You may feel, Cancer, sorry, I do like to get these cards straight and they keep sliding about. You may feel that you could put yourself in a much better financial position if you weren't bound by this particular contract. So it may be that the alterations that have been happening have affected part of your pay, for example, and you know, you have aspirations to better yourself in your career. Now, for those of you, usually, as I say, usually I would say to you, although this is a woman holding a coin, I would normally say to you, this is just an energy. This is about somebody holding a coin. And yes, we must bear in mind that there is, you know, the yin and yang in all of us. We have a masculine and feminine within our souls. But in this particular deck of cards, we have a woman holding a coin card and a man holding a coin card, which suggests to me that this is a female energy, a strong female energy. So this is either you, or, you know, if you're masculine, if you haven't got strong feminine traits within you, then this could well be a woman around you that... It could be a woman around you that is going to step in and going to help you out with something. The reason I said that, and I hesitated there, because my initial feeling was that this woman could be the person who is restricting your contract. And yeah, I do feel that actually. But what sort of made me falter was we have the black cat here. And a black cat is a symbol of luck. And, you know... it almost feels like somebody is going to step in and help you too. So, you know, this is a general reading, as I always say, Cancer. And so you will know what resonates with you. If you have a woman in your life who is, you know, keeping control of the purse strings, then obviously that's how you need to read it. But if you don't know who this person is, or, you know, I do feel, let me get this clear, Cancer. I do feel that this could be a female in your life that is holding the purse strings, and I do feel that it's to do with your employment rather than anybody at home. But if this is your energy, Cancer, if you resonate with a strong feminine energy, then I do feel that luck is coming your way regarding money. So even though there's been restrictions around this contract issue and you're feeling, as I say, hemmed in a bit, there is luck ahead of you regarding finance. Okay, so it just depends sort of how that resonates with you. Please do let us know in the comments, because that can be read either way in these circumstances. It's such a general reading for you, Cancer. What we do have is a resolution here, because Archangel Raphael is with you. Now, Archangel Raphael is all about healing relationships. So if there's been a lot of conflict around this contract issue, Archangel Raphael is here to help you find a peaceful resolution with whoever this person or people are that have made this uncomfortable situation because of the decisions they've made. So regardless of the fact that we have a card of hostilities here, they will be sorted, they will be calmed. The arguments aren't going to last for long. If you're having arguments at work regarding a contract, it's not going to be a problem for long, because Archangel Raphael is here to help you get through this with, the least damage possible, okay? That sounded a bit dramatic, didn't it? The least damage possible. I didn't mean it like that. I just mean they're going to help you find this. He's going to help you find this peaceful resolution, because he's all about healing the heart chakra, keeping you protected in terms of protecting your heart. So, don't feel that any negativity at work is going to get out of hand, Cancer, because it's not. There will be a peaceful resolution one way or another. You may feel that it's not necessarily been in your interest, but whichever way, you will come out of it relatively unscathed, and it won't be affecting your working relationships, which is really important. Right, I'm going to have a look, see if we can get some more information on this, and see how you're going to be feeling, Cancer, regarding this issue. Right, let's see. So what is this common... Oops, thank you. Well, that's interesting. Which way do you want that, please, Spirit? Yeah, okay. They're saying to me take it in reverse, which is good. I was hoping they'd say that, because obviously we have the Suffering in Silence card here regarding this contract. It actually came out sideways on, or sort of a bit tilted. And that to me says that you've been stressing about this issue, Cancer. You've been waiting to see what the outcome is of the decisions that are being made in your workplace. And it's been causing you some concern. But Spirit have just said, even though they brought it out this way, it was their way of saying to me, you have been suffering in silence, but that is actually turning. Okay? So you may feel, because it's come this way, that you're not sort of out of the water yet. You may feel that you don't know the whole story yet, but in actual fact, it is all being sorted. This is why Archangel Raphael is here, to protect your heart, to maintain good relationships at work, and, to bring you out of the suffering energy where you've been worried. Okay? So, that period of time will come to an end. It's just because you've been dealing with uncertainty at the moment, Cancer. So, what about this stuck energy? What about this garden and the gate, please, Spirit? What about... Yeah, okay. Patience and planning, which makes perfect sense. If you're feeling restricted at the moment... I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Don't know where that came from. It's coming again. Oh, dear me, I might have to stick an advert break in that bit. Sorry, I was sneezing. Okay, so we have patience and planning, which makes perfect sense. The fact that we've got two pillars makes me think of... It makes me think of a decision having to be made. When I think about the tarot decks, we often have with the twos, decisions having to be made. And it feels like there is some planning to be done regarding a decision about your future. But it's your decision, Cancer. It doesn't feel like it's anybody else's. This is about you planning the way forward when you're eventually in a position to undo this gate and move forward. And why do we have the World here for Cancer, please, Spirit? Why do we have the World here? Thank you. Yeah, again, you see, this is following a story here that we have, you coming out of suffering energy into doing some planning to move your way forward. And here you are making movement choices and decisions. So, if you're feeling that what you want to achieve is a distance away, this is your time to start planning while you feel quite sort of stuck, this is your time to plan, Cancer. What do you want from the future? Explore all your avenues, explore sort of how, you know, you can get around perhaps this contract issue, how you can move things forward, because you are going to be faced with some choices and you will have some decisions to make coming up. So it's not like everything is lost, you know. You do have good things ahead of you, but they're saying at the moment, while you feel restricted, use this time wisely. Use this time to plan the way forward. So why do we have door to personal healing and happiness for Cancer, please? How are they feeling about that, Spirit? How are Cancer going to feel? Yeah, again, look, it's come up in reverse. Heartache and loss. So, you know, it's in reverse. I love that. Because, you know, that shows that any heartache, any suffering, as you see here, is, you know, it's not going to be around from, if you're still feeling it, Cancer, it's not going to be around for much longer. You will come to terms with whatever the changes are around your working situation, okay? And the heartache and the loss, for some of you, you may have had to leave a job, you may have lost a job, for example, but that feeling of loss is going to change, and it's been brought out with this door to healing and happiness. There's a doorway for you to walk through or to run through, as I saw earlier, Cancer. So, you know, don't be discouraged. I love the fact that we have these two cards, you know, which are cards about pain and stress basically, but they're in reverse. So you are really coming into more positive energy, Cancer, regarding your working situation. So why do we have a woman holding a coin, please? How will oh, thank you. Okay, so we have the solar plexus chakra here. Again, there's this feeling about, you know, Spirit want you to look after your emotions here. They don't want you in an emotionally stressed position. They want you to actually, you know, take the time out to do some relaxation, to basically bring some more peace into your being. You know, it looks like you've been through a stressful time, Cancer. The solar plexus chakra, I always call it the emotional nerve center, and it's almost like, you know, it's managing your emotions, basically. Okay, so when that chakra is properly in alignment, then, you know, you're feeling a whole lot better emotionally. So they're saying just take some time, some extra nurturing to look after the solar plexus here, because, you know, this will enable you to be in a better position to move things forward yourself, to welcome in, you know, that lucky energy that we saw with the black cat on this previous card. You know, the more positive we are, the more emotionally balanced we are, the more able we are to receive. Therefore, if this luck is coming your way, if this is your energy, or you're looking after the repercussions of the behavior of this particular lady, if she's someone around you that's restricting your cash flow in some way, then you need to feel emotionally balanced. So time for some self-care, Cancer, basically. So why do we have Archangel Raphael here, please? Why do we have Archangel Raphael? How will that help Cancer, please? How will that help Cancer? Yeah, look, you know, again, it's not a surprise this has come up near the solar plexus card as well. The temptation card is sometimes about making bad choices. It can be about addictions. It can be about, you know, not treating yourself well. I call this one my behavior card because it covers a multitude of things. As I say, it can be anything from, you know, just making reckless decisions, through to treating others badly, through to, you know, any of the addictions, whether it be drink, drugs, alcohol, drink, drugs, alcohol, you know what I mean, alcohol, drugs, you know, sexual addiction, gambling addiction, any of those things really. So, you know, Archangel Raphael is here to help you heal from anything that maybe the choices you've made that haven't gone well, or you know, if you're facing choices and you don't know which way to turn, you know, to stop your heart being hurt and to actually make you feel that, you know, you have people that care in your life, then Archangel Raphael is here as a protection for you. It may be that a temptation card has something to do with this hostilities card, actually, because, you know, if you're if there's been bad feeling in your workplace, or you know, you've been sort of rejected from a job application that you really thought you were, you know, in line to get this particular job, it may well be that, you know, you've been feeling revengeful, or you've been feeling you know, that you're going to cut somebody out of your life, or, you know, whatever, especially because this sword is here. But this is what, as I said earlier, Archangel Raphael is here to calm it all down, to make sure that you come out of it with relationships intact, because what they're saying to me is you don't know when you might need these people at another time, because you may meet them in another walk of life, which is interesting, isn't it? But it's always better if you do decide at some point to make these decisions and move on, then it's always better to leave with, you know, a good reputation and good references, etc. Yeah. So there may be some sacrifices that you're having to make at the moment, Cancer, and, you know, you may not be happy with them, but, you know, be assured that you have got, you know, ahead of you decisions to make. You know, it's not sort of, it's not like it's the end of the road for you. You know, you may have to make some sacrifices now. What do they say? Short-term pain for long-term gain. That's how it kind of feels, you know. But you have got some really positive cards here. It almost feels like it's just at the moment you've got to put up with the situation that you've got while you plan your next move. So the planning is crucially important, because you will have, as I said, these decisions to make towards your happiness, Cancer. Right, I'm just going to get a few of these. I haven't used tarot in any of these readings this time, because Spirit just didn't want me to, basically. So do you want me to take that one? Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can we have 4, Spirit? Is that the right number? Can we have 4, please? Okay. Stick with it, Cancer, because it's almost like at the moment you're feeling a bit stressed, a bit sort of fed up, because you feel like you're stuck in your current position forever. It's not going to be forever. This isn't a never-ending story, but that is how you're feeling at the moment. But they want you to have faith. They want me to take this one now. Yeah, look, a change is coming. That's why they wanted me to read that one first. You may feel that it's a never-ending story. You may feel stressed about it, but changes are in the wind. Okay, so you have got these changes ahead, and we know that because we see you planning them. It's not like it's going to be out of your control. We see you planning these decisions in this way forward, and look, it's going to lead you to much better places. They don't want me to take 4, they want me to take 3 cards. They will always make my decisions for me, honestly. So, you know, you may be moving on. You may be feeling in this energy at the moment, but you will be moving on, and because there is going to be a change. And, you know, look at this. What I find interesting about the Treasure Island card in this context for this reading is that, you know, you have stars and you have hearts. You're moving on to something that is really good. You know, we had this personal happiness card here, where we saw you running through this doorway to peace and using your skills to your advantage and feeling really good about life. And here we have the stars and the hearts in the Treasure Island card, you know, this sort of chest full of riches, you know, you feeling really good about life. But what I find interesting is that you've got forward movement here. And there's a lot of, water is always about emotions. So you're sort of working through the emotions, but taking this treasure with you. So you may, when you choose to move on from your current situation, if that is your choice, remember we all have free will and this is a very general reading, but for those of you this resonates with, you're going to be taking the skills that you've learned from your current situation, and you're going to be moving forward through all the emotions you felt, but you're going to be taking those skills with you, okay? And that is going to lead you through that doorway to your place of personal happiness. So, you know, that is a lovely message for you, Cancer. You may have felt a bit disillusioned with your workplace at the moment, but, you know, good things are ahead. You've just got to tread water a bit at the moment. Okay. Right. Are we done, Spirit, or do we want one more? Okay, they want me to take Moonology, so let's take Moonology. What's the overall message for Cancer, please? What's the overall message for Cancer here? Is there anything you want to add for Cancer? Thank you. Yeah, they're saying balance spirituality and practicality. So again, you know, they're asking you to take care of your solar plexus while you're working on your plans for the future. So this is about, you know, connecting with spirit. It's about dealing with your practical plans, but also, you know, being true to yourself, you know, using your intuition in order to move things forward, Cancer. They want me to take one more. One more for Cancer then, please, Spirit, and then I really must end this reading. Ha, they've given me two. I told you they always make the decisions. Yeah, look, meditate and contemplate. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. You know, you may need to take some time out for you in order to recover from this stressful period that you've had. Okay, so for those of you that are interested in meditation, there are lots of meditations on YouTube, you know, for different sorts of issues. So, you know, please have a look at those. I haven't done any myself, but there are lots of good ones out there. And, you know, just take the time to think things through, okay? But most of all, Cancer, Spirit are telling you to have faith in your dreams. Okay, you may not be able to move on them now, but you can certainly plan. And remember that every moment that you're planning, you're actually moving, even though it doesn't feel like it. Because while you're planning, you're taking those steps. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, please drop me a like. If you haven't joined us by subscribing, then I would love you to do so. I love to have you on board. So it doesn't cost you anything, you're not tied in. So yeah, just join our little flock. That would be absolutely great. And it just helps to get the video noticed more. For those of you, obviously this is a general reading, so if you're interested in a private reading, just drop me an email. The details are in the description box below. And beyond that, have a beautiful December, Cancer, and we will catch up really, really soon. Okay, take care. Bye.